being in captivity. The white man did this to us. The African did this to us. They did that to the Native Americans as well. The Africans put us in slavery. The Arabs put us in slavery. Right? So those people, we that lead into captivity shall go into captivity. You say you from the tribe of Judah and you from the tribe of Judah. I want to show y'all something because it's good for us to know we got to do the commandments, right? So let's figure out why first. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. Let's see what God, the Most High God, thinks about these people that's on this song. Right? Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So, God says we are a holy people unto himself. Right? You got a child?
Yeah, I got 3.
You got 3 kids. You got kids? You got 2 kids. You your kids, right? You love your kids to death. Right? You give them rules. Right? You whoop them, they disobedient. Right? Let's see what God says. God said that we are a holy people unto himself. Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are on the face of the earth.
Y'all heard that? And now let's read each other. I'm going to read it one more time. Read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people
So y'all are holy people
unto the Lord thy God.
to God.
The Lord thy God hath chosen
So
thee.
he chose you. What's your name again? William. What's your name? Charles. William and Charles. Right? It says the Most High God chose y'all, read,
To be a special people
be a special people
unto himself.
unto himself. Unto himself. You got some things of yours that's your favorite. I like this the best. This is gonna be mine. If you go to the store and you see a plethora of shoes, and you buy a pair of shoes, you choose those shoes. That's what God did, was a plethora of people. 18 nations on this earth. God said, I'll choose these people. Read.
Above all people.
And he said that we're above all people. So, why do we fight for equality? Why do we fight for equality? I want to know. I want to see what y'all think. Think about it. We had the civil rights era, right? We weren't even fighting for equality then. We were just fighting for them to be civil with us. You understand? Why? God says we above all people. Above all people. That's what he said.
They wanted to stay down where they at.
Exactly. Exactly. Matter of fact, not where they at. Below, beneath them. That's why they say that, what's it, the Constitution? Are we 3/5 of the man? They suppress it, absolutely. But God says, read that part again.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all people that's on the face of the earth, read.
The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than.
So he didn't choose us because we were the largest nation on earth, because 70 souls came out of Israel. When we went and we sojourned in Egypt, it was only 70 of us. Was Israel? Oh, it is Egypt. Egypt means bondage. It starts from Mizraim. It comes from the word Mizraim, right? But we went into Egypt and dwelt there because of the famine, right? But it was only 70 of us. We were the fewest nation, right? But God said he didn't choose us because we were more in number, because we were the fewest, read.
For ye were the fewest of all
We
people.
were the fewest of all people, read.
But because the Lord loved you,
But because God loved us, he loved us. Y'all love your kids.
Yeah, for sure.
Read.
and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers.
And because he would keep the oath that he swore unto our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? Jacob is the forefather of these nations that you see right here. But God made a covenant with Abraham, right? Now go to Deuteronomy 10 and 12. So now we see, okay, God gave us laws, statutes, commandments. You heard the brother say we got to know that we need to keep God's commandments, right? Okay, yeah. you heard that it said, God said we got to keep our commandments, keep the commandments, right? Now you about to see why. Well, you just read why, but now you about to see what exactly that you need to do. Because you give your child, what are some of the rules that you set for your household, you set for your children? I figured as much, but you have a guideline. Why?
So I want them to be better than I was.
Exactly. You want them to be the best possible them that they can be, right? You want to set them up for success. God gave us laws. We're about to read exactly what you said.
You have a mind of their own too, so they can create and not only be creative.
That's good, right? But what you just said about wanting them to setting them up for success and wanting them is for their good, right? We're about to read that in the Bible. I'm gonna ask William real quick as well. You set up guidelines for your kids, right? We talked about that. But you do it why? You want them, he said the same thing, Charles said the same thing. You want them to be better than you. You want to set them up for success. Listen to what God said. God's saying the exact same thing that y'all do for y'all's children. He's saying that about us. Deuteronomy 10:12. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So Israel, William, Charles, from the tribe of Judah, what does God require of you? That's what he's asking you, right? What do I require of you? Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
But to fear me, meaning fear my judgments. Because judgment comes from God. We commit sin, God is the one who executes the judgment. So we have to fear that judgment. I know growing up, I would tell myself, or ask, why would I fear God? If I'm supposed to love God, why would I? But it's the fear of his judgment, the fear of breaking the commandments, right? That's what it means to fear God. So what does he require of you but to fear him, Reed?
To walk in all his ways.
It's to walk in his ways.
And to love him.
It's to love him. What am I asking? But to do what I asked you to do and to love him, Reed.
And to serve the Lord thy God.
And to serve me.
With all thy heart. And with all thy soul.
Do y'all not expect y'all's children to listen to y'all and be obedient to y'all 100%? You expect that from your children. That's like, I'm raising you. I set this up so that you can, you know what I'm saying, succeed in life, so on and so forth, whatever the case may be. But you expect them to do it 100%, otherwise punishments will be distributed, right? Read.
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
He said, I'm not expecting y'all to do nothing except for love me, walk in my ways, serve me, keep the commandments, the rules that I set for y'all, right? Read.
And his statutes, which I commanded thee this day, for thy good.
For thy good. That's what he said. He said, I'm asking y'all to do this for your own good. Right? But what do? What do? We sin. But we don't know what sin is. I want to know if y'all know, off the top of your head, what sin is. First John 3. Everything. Say everything? Okay, we'll just say everything. A lot of, in America, damn near everything.
It can be by the way we think, the shit that we consume.
The way you think, believe it or not, can be sin.
And what we consume.
That is sin. Right? But watch this. What you consume, that can be sin. Right? Watch this. We're going to read what sin
also
is.
what we put out as well.
True. Yes, sir. Because there are 5 categories of law. You got ceremonial, which deals with ceremonies, weddings, feast days, right? You got civil law, which is how you deal with your brother, right? William, you're not to sleep with his wife. Charles, you're not supposed to sleep with his wife. You're not supposed to murder him, steal from him, right? So civil law, ceremonial law, we've got the moral law, which is the laws that you have to fight or wrestle in your mind, meaning I know it's not right for me to go and smoke this black of mine. Morally, you know that that's not right. But, you know what I'm saying? So that's a moral law, right? Then you've got the sacrificial law, which we no longer keep because of Christ. So we can go into that too. But because of Christ came, we no longer keep sacrificial laws. So the fifth one is the dietary law, right? Which you said what you consume, what you put out, right? So civil law, dietary law, that deals with those two. You know what I'm saying? But God tells us what sin is so that we can be aware of it.
Finding how yourself when you get right. That's what I was just finding how yourself when you get right. You right, you
Yes,
Gain your
you are supposed to eat. It does have health benefits. Eating correctly does benefit your health, right? Watch this. 1 John 3 and 4. Let's find out what sin is.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4.
Everybody in earshot, let's hear what sin is according to the Bible.
Whosoever committeth sin, transgresseth also the law.
Whoever commits sin transgresses God's law. Read.
For sin
For sin is.
is the transgression of the law.
So sin is the transgression or breaking thereof God's laws.
What is that again?
Meaning to transgress means to go against them or to break them, right? So if God gave us commandments and we transgress against them, that means we go against the laws. We break God's laws. So give me Leviticus chapter 11 because I want to deal with something that's very simple. You said what we consume is sin. Well, it can be sin, right? So we're going to deal with one of those. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 7, yep.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 7.
Watch this.
And the swine,
Swine,
though he divideth the hoof,
though he divided the hoof, because the law was to eat, for an animal to be clean, to consume, it had to divide the hoof and have chew the cud. And it had to be able to process its food. Most animals that chew the cud have most of the stomachs, you know what I'm saying? But those animals were crazy. Chew the cud, or they completely chew and digest their food.
Gotta eat what they're meant to eat.
We gotta be what we meant to eat.
We gotta eat like the gorillas eat, if you ask me.
Not like because we can't eat gorillas.
I ain't saying I'm saying like the gorillas. I mean like
Well, eat what they supposed to.
Like that.
Right, absolutely. Right? So, read that part again. It says the swan, though it divides the hooves, it does meet one requirement. Read.
Leviticus 11, verse 7. And the swine, so he divideth the hoof and be cloven footed,
Though it be cloven footed,
yet he cheweth not the cud,
but he does not chew the cud. Read.
he is unclean to you.
He's unclean to you. So, if you decide you want to go eat a bacon double cheeseburger, the burger is good. Come on inside, sis. The burger is good to you to eat, so you eat the beef. But the bacon on top of it that comes from the pig, that's sin. That's sin. You understand? So, well, how does God judge us for eating pork? How does God judge us? You might get the gout, high blood pressure, diabetes, all of these things that come with eating a food or an animal that God said we are not to eat.
What?
So there's a consequence for breaking God's law there. Right? Give me Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. So that's something that we can consume. So Charles, you were right. And that's an example. But there are clean animals we can eat, right? And you would read those in the same chapter, right? But let's get Leviticus 19, 17 so we can see how William is supposed to treat Charles. How Charles is supposed to treat William, right? Read.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
You're not supposed to hate your brother in your heart, right? Y'all might meet each other. You might not hate nobody like how you hate. But hatred is something that takes time to build. You know what I'm saying? You say what?
I had some hate movement.
You had some hate movement today?
Yeah. You see me cooking guns last 2 days.
I didn't. But see, that's what the Bible is telling us that we should not do. It's telling us not to hate your brother in your heart. Why? Read.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy
It
neighbor.
says, thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, mean correct him. I want you to get 1 John chapter 3 and verse 15 because you said you had some hate movement today and you was, you know what I'm saying? You said you was going to handle that. Let's see what God says. 1 John chapter 3 verse 15.
1 John chapter 3, verse 15. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer.
Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer. So God said that hate will make you do that. Hate will make you murder your brother. Hate will make you steal from your brother. Hate will make you lie with your brother's wife. Hate will make you do that. Y'all brethren. Y'all literally from the same tribe. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Judah too. You understand? We're not supposed to move or operate like that. We're supposed to have rule over our spirit. So it says, he that hated his brother is a murderer. Give me Exodus 20. Give me Exodus 20. It's for you, William, because I'm your brother. Remember we just read, he that not to hate your brother in your heart, but rebuke your neighbor, I'm your brother. I've got to rebuke you. I got to correct you.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 13. Thou shalt not kill.
That's just a straight command. That's straight up, right? Straight to the point. You're not supposed to do. God said, it doesn't matter how we feel. We feel slighted all the time. This brother just pissed me off. Or he did me dirty, he did me wrong. Right? Christ said we're supposed to turn up the cheek. That scripture gets misconstrued, but what we're supposed to do is forgive. Because we end up perpetuating our lineage when we don't do that to one another. If you're not out trying to kill him, and he's not out trying to kill you, your kids gonna grow up with a father, their kids gonna grow up with fathers, and y'all's lineages will be perpetuated. Our nation will continue to flourish and grow. But if you put an end to his life, and then his people put an end to your life, and then y'all kids grow up with that root of bitterness, and the mama raised the kids, put an end to, you know what I'm saying? You see that now happening today in Chicago. You see it in the rap music. You're going to slide on somebody, they're going to slide on you back. I heard a rapper say, we ain't stopping till one of us die. That's what it says. You're going to kill your man, all that's going to happen until one of us die.
Hey.
That's crazy. That's literally crazy. But watch this. Proverbs chapter 25, verse 28.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 25, verse 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit.
He that has no rule over his own spirit, meaning when you get out of the spirit and you get angry and you can't handle it, now you want to go hurt somebody. Now you got to go get revenge, right? He that does that, right, has no rule over his spirit, read.
It's like a city that is broken down.
It's like a city that is broken down, read.
And without walls.
And without walls, meaning it's very easy for you to be persuaded to do evil. If you don't have rule over your spirit, you just hide it. I'm just gonna turn up. I'm gonna get my get back. I'm gonna slide on so-and-so. You don't got no rule over your spirit, it's gonna be very easy for you to get caught up in that.
My brother got killed over 15, stabbed in the chest.
Was your brother into gang violence?
Not really. He was just moving how he was moving, and no altercation happened.
Altercation happened?
Yeah. Right.
You see, but the people who had took your brother's life was on that time.
He was on that time.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they didn't have rule over their own spirit. And that's just what happens in our community. Why?
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 9, and verse 6. Whosoever shed of man's blood,
whosoever sheddeth man's blood,
by man shall his blood be shed.
By man shall his blood be shed. You understand that? God said that. If you want to go kill people, people gonna kill you. That's how you want. And that's not to say everybody suffers that fate, but this is the law, or this is the judgment of God. If whosoever sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. And William, I read that for you, but I want to read one more because I know you said you about to go. Not this. Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 3, 16. Yeah, because we got to deal with the black and mild, bro. We got to deal with the black and mild. You knew it because you held it up when I asked what was sin. You knew it. You know what I'm talking. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you?
It said, don't you know that you're the temple of God? That's a rhetorical question. Don't you know that? You're the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwells in you. William, Charles, read.
If any man defile the temple of God,
you defile the temple of God, though, by smoking cigarettes, black and miles, smoking weed, shooting heroin. There's a lot of people out here on drugs, right? You defile the temple of God, read.
Him shall God destroy.
God is going to kill you. You understand? How does God kill you from smoking cigarettes and black and miles? You damn right. You're going to get cancer. That's like a proven fact. It's the Surgeon General's warning.
Don't forget about fucking off, too. You know what I'm saying? We watch you sleep with.
Watch you sleep with? Absolutely. That's in the commandments. We're not to commit fornication. Like this is fucking area. You know what I'm saying? Instead of jumping off woman to woman, man to man, now everybody got STDs and everybody's sleeping with each other. That's evil as hell, but that's what our people do. You understand? So that's two laws. We got a law on the head covering, but you said you got to count some. put it back on anyway. But William, hey, I pray you got your flyer?
Yes.
Hey, read on the back of that flyer. I want to show you something, Charles. Appreciate you, William. I want to show you something. Let's get the head covering for Charles real quick. Then, yes, you can ask a question. I'm going to read this one and you come ask a question. Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
The head of every man is Christ. You say you're a Hebrew, you know that Christ is our head, right? The head of every man is Christ. Read.
And the head of the woman is the man.
The head of the woman is the man. This is God's order. You got Christ, man, woman. Read.
And the head of Christ is God.
And the head of Christ is God. So you got God, Christ, man, woman. Right? Read.
Every man praying or prophesying having his head covered.
If you pray or prophesy or in the midst of prophecy, while your head is covered, read.
Dishonor his head.
So who do you dishonor? If Christ is your head, and in the midst of prophecy, that your head is covered, who are you dishonoring? And essentially, yes, but who's directly above you? Into the order. God. So if you have your head covered as a man in the midst of prophecy,
Right.
who do you dishonor? Christ. So,
That means like if I wear a hat while praying.
yes, but it also, I want you to get that Revelation chapter 19.
What are you waiting?
Revelation 19.
The book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 10.
Watch this.
And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant,
This is Christ.
and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Jesus.
Testimony of Jesus, which is what we're doing right now. We are bringing the testimony of Christ to y'all. Right? The testimony of Jesus.
Worship God, for the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy.
So the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. So when we're testifying and bringing you the testimony of Jesus and your head is covered, it's out of Christ. Understand? So you as a man, as a Hebrew, it don't matter though.
I understand that. I'm like, man.
It don't matter though.
I got you.
Because Christ is more important than whether you got your hair cut.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can put it back on when you leave. But right now, it should be off.
I feel that. I take it out.
There it is. Hey, clap it up. Hey, clap it up for the brother.
Yeah, take it out there.
That's all praise to the Most High. This brother back here too. We appreciate you. God says that that's the commandment. So for you to humble yourself and to come to humble yourself to God's commandment, that shows significant belief and faith in you. You too. You understand? What was your question?
So we get a white female, whenever you talk for it, believe in this, I'm like,
Where does it leave you? Give me Isaiah chapter 14. Isaiah chapter 14. Because we get this question all the time, right? The reality of the matter is that God chose the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? He didn't choose so-called white people. He didn't choose Asians. He didn't choose the Arab. You know what I'm saying? So you're not alone in asking that question. But you've always known and believed this. Watch this. 14, and I want... Yeah, read one.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob,
Right?
and will yet choose Israel.
This is what you said you believe. He's going to have mercy on the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, which is the Israelites. He's going to have mercy on them and choose them. Read.
And set them in their own land. And the strangers,
Which would be the other nations, you say you were Caucasian, right? Supposedly Caucasian. Read.
shall be joined with them.
They shall be joined with us, right? But we got to see how. Because obviously there's not going to be an equality. Right? Read.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
They shall cleave unto the house of Jacob, meaning the Israelites. Read.
And the people shall take them.
And we're going to take those strangers, so-called white men, so-called Arab, right? All of these other nations, read.
And bring them to their place.
And then we're going to bring them to our place, our dwelling. Remember, it said God will put us back in our land. Read.
And the house of Israel shall possess them.
And we're going to possess them, meaning we're going to have them, they're going to belong to us. Read.
In the land of the Lord for servants.
Servants.
and handmaids.
And handmaids, especially if they believe. Because you're going to have some of the other nations who don't believe this. They'll look at the truth, they'll see this, they'll hear us read it, and they'll be like, nope, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And then they'll spew hate and all of this, right? But those that believe and that they know, get that in Matthew. Because those that believe, it says they're going to cleave unto us, and we're going to possess them for servants and handmaids, meaning we're going to have them as servants, right? Watch this.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 21.
This is what God says about all of those nations. Read.
Then Jesus went thence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying,
A woman of Canaan came out of the same coast. This was a white woman. She came up and did what?
cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord.
She believed. She said, have mercy on me, Christ. She knew he was the Christ. Read.
Thou son of David, my daughter is grievously vexed with a devil.
Her daughter was sick. Read on.
But he answered her not a word.
He ignored her. Right? Read.
And his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away, for she crieth after us.
So the disciples was like, send her away. She's a heathen. She's a white woman. Send her away. You know, we don't deal with them like that. We don't deal with them. Right? Read.
But
There's always been a separation from the beginning. Well, between all the nations. Read.
But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of
So
Israel.
he told the woman, I'm not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Read.
And then she came and worshipped him,
And then she came and she worshipped him because she believed. She knew he was the Christ. Read.
saying, Lord, help me.
She still asked him to help her.
But he answered and said, It is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to dogs.
So he said it's not good. Stay there. He said it's not good for me to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs or cast it to heathens.
That's right.
I'm not supposed to give the blessings of the children of Israel to the other nations. Right? But watch this. Read.
And she said, Truth, Lord,
She said that's true. Read.
that the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table.
She said, read that part again.
Yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table.
She said, yet the dogs eat from the crumbs that fall from their master's table. So she knew her place among the children of Israel. And she said, they still eat of the crumbs that fall from their table. So she had the faith in Christ, and she knew her place when it came to the Israelites, right? Read on.
Then Jesus answered
Watch what Jesus said to this woman. Read.
and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith.
He said, oh woman, great is your faith. Because she believed. Read.
Be it unto thee, even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole
So
from that very hour.
that same hour, Christ had mercy on the woman who was not of the people, of his people, right? Because she had faith. So her spirit would have been similar to the one you had, even though you know you are not an Israelite, right? You know you are a so-called white woman, you know you're from the tribe or from Edom. But those people that believe that aren't Israel, it says they would be taken as servants. Now go to Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10. And read verse 10. Because
Now, me having faith and believing, I will still be a servant, right?
you will still be a servant. There will be no rulership for the nation of Edom at all. They don't get repentance either, right? But that's just how the cookie crumbles. You know what I'm saying? So that woman knew the same thing, right? She had a similar experience to what you got. Get Revelation chapter 13. Now let's read about the nation of Edom who aren't going to be so receptive to the truth of the Bible. Read.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. That's the white man. He led us into captivity. Where are the slave ships? We got some right here. Right? You see slavery happening over here. This happened to us, right? This is us being in captivity. The white man did this to us. The African did this to us. They did that to Native Americans as well. The Africans put us in slavery. The Arabs put us in slavery. Right? So those people, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. But read on. Let's see who took it further. Read.
He that killeth with the sword
And he that killeth with the sword, read,
must be killed with the sword.
not everybody's going to make it. Not everybody, not all Edomites are going to make it as servants. That's not going to happen. A lot of them are going to rebel against Christ. Y'all understand that? Did that answer your question, Tania? All praise.
What is a nation?
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity.